to trust me now. I've searched my whole life through.
Welcome. It's incredible, but human trafficking is the fastest growing black market crime. It happens to be second to drug dealing, and it is generating an estimated $32 billion per year in the United Nations. Minnesota has been ranked and identified by the FBI as one of the top 13 states in the nation for the highest recruitment of minors. Since 1996, Breaking Free, a nonprofit organization, has become one of the nation's leading organizations in working with victims and survivors of sex trafficking and prostitution. Now here to join us is the founder and the executive director, Vanita Carter.
Hi.
Thank you so much, Vanita, for being here to educate us all on what is really happening in our own city and state.
Yes, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, as I know, you are a survivor yourself of this terrible crime, and you have been helping people for a long time now, and I'd like to talk about what are you doing right now, and if you want to talk a little bit about what you did before, but what are you currently doing right now to help?
Well, currently what's happening is I'm directing Breaking Free, which takes up all of my time, and that's okay. And basically because what I have, the experiences that I have been through in being a dancer here in Minnesota, right when it first came to Minnesota, it has shaped the way I think and the way I look at this issue. And I really realize how the sex industry, stripping, prostitution, trafficking, pornography, it's all violence. It's all violence against women. So I spend the bulk of my time trying to help and save women who are stuck in that life.
And currently, right now, you're a spokesperson?
I am. Currently, right now, I go all over educating people, training people, telling them about the issue, the realities, things that they've never heard. It's beyond Pretty Woman. It's not, they call it the oldest profession. I call it the oldest oppression. So I really help people to understand how this has impacted the lives of so many women and girls throughout Minnesota and throughout the nation, the world.
And of course, that had to be very devastating to your own life with this in sex trafficking and prostitution. Now, in 2010, online studies are showing that minor girls being sold for sex over the internet in Minnesota increased by 55% over a 6-month period. Can you tell me a little bit what you're doing to help with this, and who else is partnering up with you in this? Well,
Breaking Free really does work with many different people, but some of our prime partners, I'll tell you, are the St. Paul and Minneapolis law enforcement, because they're some of the first contacts with the individuals that are involved. So we really work with them. We have helped to train them. When they arrest women, they bring them to our program. When they arrest girls, they bring them to our program. They talk to us about it. We work with a treatment center over in Minneapolis. Unfortunately, many of the victims of this crime are chemically dependent. They say they cannot do the act without being high. They're there, but they're not there. They don't want to feel it. It's very devastating what they have to go through. So they use chemicals to numb the pain of what's happening to them. So those are some of our prime partners. I mean, we work with the courts. We work with battered women's shelters. I mean, there's a number of different partners.
And again, you work closely, personally yourself, with the FBI.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely.
We have to. Yeah, they refer women. Girls.
There's a video clip that we're going to watch that is going to explain some of the misconceptions people may have in regards to this. So let's take a moment to take a look at that.
It ought to concern every person because it is a debasement of our common humanity. It ought to concern every nation because it endangers public health and fuels violence and organized crime. I'm talking about the injustice, the outrage of human trafficking, which must be called by its true name, modern slavery.
I tell people all the time, if you're in the life one day, it has impacted you in some way to the point that you'll never forget it. And I wanted to be able to be one of the people that was able to set them free.
Sold for sex, the feds busting a human trafficking ring right here in the Twin Cities.
There are parents that had young daughters as young as 12 years old that were trafficked, and I don't want to lose sight of that.
4 girls in all, ages 12, 13, 14, and 16, identified as Jane Does, taken to apartments in Minneapolis, in St. Paul, a hotel in Richfield, and forced to have sex.
Fear, intimidation, threats of violence, acts of violence. That's the reasons why some of these individuals stay involved with this.
And I was raped repeatedly and held captive for 24 hours. I had cigarettes put out on me. I was stabbed with a knife. Each one of the guys had their way with me.
The girls out here don't want to be out here. They don't want to be out here. They don't want to be drug addicted. They want to be loved and they want to get out of this mess. And they don't know how.
So I like to think that we're a one-stop shop here. We try to have everything right under our roof because we know how difficult it is for women to go to point A to B, C, all of these different places for services. And having to do that too can cause them to relapse or get caught back up into the life.
This is very sad, but it's also going to be very helpful to others who may not know about this or know what's going on and how they are able to help out with something like this. Yes. There are really some alarming facts and statistics that many of us are not aware of. Do you want to talk a little bit more about this?
Sure. I will tell you that the average age of entry into prostitution in our country is between 12 and 14 years old. Our youngest client has been 12 years old. So you get these little babies that come in, and you have to say, now, what do we need to provide for them to help them get out of this vicious lifestyle? 70% of the women that come into our agency are homeless. They have nowhere to live. The bulk of them, about 90%, have criminal records because prostitution is a crime, something that we are trying to change. We think prostitution is something that happens to her, not something that she does to somebody, and she shouldn't be criminalized for that crime. She can't find jobs, she can't help her children. Many of them, at least 40%, are involved with child protection services. These are all things that people don't realize and don't understand. Many of them can never get jobs, you know, just because of prostitution being on their record.
And just one thing I want to mention, in the last 16 years, you guys have helped more than 5,000 clients and you've reached over 22,000 individuals through street outreach. And like you said, these are girls, young girls who are young and homeless. Now, you have a boutique. I absolutely love it, online, where people can actually purchase items, and then these that goes right back to this important cause.
Does.
Do you want to talk more about that and anything else people can help with?
Yes, our boutique really is items that jewelry, mainly jewelry that the women have made. And so they make it themselves. It's absolutely beautiful. And what we do is we pay them to do that because that helps them. They have to make some money, they have to live. But in return, what happens is when we're able to sell it, it goes right back into our program so we can help many women. And so, yeah, you're right, it's online. There's some beautiful items, and we just encourage people to take a look at it.
Well, that is beautiful. I know I'm going to go online because I love jewelry, and I know a lot of women out there love jewelry, and this is another great way to help support what you're doing.
Yes.
And I know that you have an event coming up very soon. Can we talk a little bit more about what this is going to be about?
We have coming up August 15th and August 21st. It's called the VIP program, and we're really inviting people. We hope that people will come and learn about our program. We're taking them to all of our housing programs. We're explaining how sex trafficking works here in Minnesota and what Breaking Free provides to help women get out of the life. We're talking about it in detail, how women get involved. We're driving in the areas that women kind of work on the streets and such. We really want people to get a good view. And we're really hoping that funders will come to this event and say, you know, we need to be a part of this. We need to give something so that Breaking Free can continue to do this work.
Well, you've educated me, and I thank you very much. I hope we've educated other people watching this right now. Thank you so much for being here again. I really enjoyed having you here and letting everyone know about this.
Thank you for having me.
Breaking Free is helping girls and women break free of this terrible crime by very conservative measures. A November 2010 study found that each month in Minnesota, at least 213 underage girls are sold for sex an average of 5 times per day through the internet and escort services. To find out more on how you can help with this, go visit them at their website at breakingfree.net. Their main office is located in St. Paul, and they also have branches located in the Rochester and Minneapolis area. Please give them a call on the number you see on your screen. Remember, it is with faith, hope, and love that we can accomplish anything in this world. God bless.